The way you know it's the biggest is if there's not another perfect square that could go into it. So if we did 16, tell me what 320 divided by 16 is. It's 20. Is there a perfect square that goes into 20? 4, right? So that's why we need the biggest one. If we break this down with 64, it's going to be 64 and 5. There is not another perfect square that goes into 5. What is the square root of 64?
8.
Okay, so we bring 8 to the outside. Now, we can't take the square root of 5, so it stays under the radical. There's just one of them, so it stays there, and it's 5. Does that help anything from yesterday? Yes. We are. We are. Okay. We're going to go over this one more. All right, so what if I said 125 x to the 6th power? So don't worry about the x's yet. I want you to think of the biggest perfect square that goes into 125. 25. Why? I personally think of anything I see like this as money. That's $1.25. There's 5 quarters and $1.25. So that's my biggest perfect square that goes into it. So then what's the square root of 25? What's left under there? Okay. I didn't leave room for my can't get my words out. All right, now we have to look at our x's. This can be broken down into what? X to the what times x to the what? X cubed times x cubed. Okay? How many of those do you see? That's it. That's all you do. Another way you can do it is, what's the index of this? 2. So how many times does 2 go into 6? 3. So you bring it out there. So what if I said 200 x to the 7th? 100 is the biggest perfect square? And what's that going to be multiplied by? Okay, so what's going to... Patrick. What's going to come to the outside? 10, because that's the square root of 100. I'm going to leave space for my x. 2 stays under there. Now, what's the index of this guy? How many times does 2 go into 7?
No, 3.5.
No, listen to what I'm asking you. How many times does 2 go into 7? 3 times, with how many left over? Kids. If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? I have 2 here, right? And then I have 2 here, right? And then I have 2 here, right? How many's left over? I'm telling you. So how many x's am I? I'll take one of each of these, so it's x cubed. So it's 3 with 1 left over. I'm telling you, roundhouse kick, son. Does...
He's not going to stop.
Now, does everybody see how I box these off? So what if I had the square root of x to the 9th?
You're going to have x cubed. No, you're going to have x to the 4th power.
With how many left on the inside? 1. Awesome. All right. What if I said the cubed root of a cubed?
You're going to have a... This is going to be a on the inside.
On the inside or the outside?
Outside.
Just a. This is just a. Patrick and Cheney both take a point. All right. What if I said the cubed root of a to the 7th?
No, it's going to be a to the 3rd and then 1 left.
A to the 2nd.
Oh, yeah, outside is 6 and then the inside is just 8.
Yeah. Good. Take a point. Oh, and we need our cubed right here. I got excited. So what we're gonna go over our homework, and then we're going to work on the little squares. We're gonna do the first 10, and then we're gonna stop. We're gonna go over those, and then we're gonna do the next 10, and then we're gonna stop, and then we're gonna go over those because this is very, 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 very important, and you will use it every year from now until you graduate. And when you take math in college, and it's on your ACT, so get super excited. Super important. I need you to get excited. All right, so what about number 4? What did one person tell me what they broke it down by? Okay. Okay. All right, so what stayed under the radical? 11. And what came outside?
2.
Look at us go. Good job.
That's a point.
If you got it right, give your team a point.
Can we go over Friday?
Yes, it's Wednesday. Jamie, isn't that -1 when you say that?
Starting now is going to be lunch.
No, you said that the other week.
No, you didn't.
She did. She was there.
Take on one Patrick Rita.
That's not rude.
Oh, well, I wasn't even talking to you. Don't talk to me.
It doesn't. Cheney, son,
A person at home.
you're missing the point of what I'm saying to you.
So what are you saying? What is it?
Did y'all get 2x squared root 3? Woo! Look at us go. Okay. Do you want to start off some of the squares together on the sheet? Or do you think you could do it without me?
We do it without me.
Why don't we look at them and then see? How about that? How about we try that? Let's do a little bit of effort without me for a moment. So, let's start with, so what I want you to do is you can do this on a separate piece of paper since it's so tiny, but I want you to write your answer over here. Okay, so our answer is in one spot. This guy right here, it's the square root of 128. So we need 2 of the same number. What is the biggest perfect square that goes into 128?
Oh, I see that. Oh, I was looking at
The biggest square.
Camille? Is that the biggest one? Let's see. Hang on. 128 divided by 16 is there's a perfect square that goes into 8. So I think we need to go a little bigger. 64?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I didn't mean to throw that down. All right, so we have 64 times 2, right? So what's going to be the answer to that?
60. So it's going to be 8 on the outside. And 60. I mean, 40.
So the way we say that is 8 root 2. Or 8 times the square root of 2, but it's easier to just say 8 root 2. Alright? Ready for number 2? Do I need to leave number 1 up here for just a minute longer? Because I can if I need to.
When are you going to change that number?
What you talking about?
Like, where like 2 and it has 1 there? When are you going to change it?
In the index? On number 11, we change it. And when we change the index, we have to have 3 of the same number, or whatever the index is.
Oh,
Yep. Alright, so number 2, what'd y'all get?
50 times 3.
25. Awesome. 25 times what?
50.
Look at us go.
Why would it be 50 times 3?
50 is not a perfect square.
It has to be perfect.
Yes.
That's what you know it's most part of it.
Divide by perfect squares. Every time. And it's also, that's $1.50, so a quarter is going to go into it.
Yeah, so it's 50 cents.
Right, but 50 cents is not a perfect square.
Why?
Because the square root of 50 is not 2 numbers. The square root of 50 is not a whole number.
It's not a whole number.
The square root of 50 is not a whole number.
Oh,
So it's not a perfect square. Alright, so what would this answer be? What's the square root of 25?
root 6.
5 root 6. Awesome. Alright. Do through 10 without me. I'm going to start a timer.
10?
Through number 10.
Oh, no.
You're going to have 15 minutes. Ah. Don't do it. Don't be crazy. Okay. Alright, so for number 1, we got 8 root 2. Number 2, we got 5 root 6. Number 3, I got 7 root 5 because it's 49 and 5. Number 4, I got 10 root 3 because it's 103.
That's awesome.
Hey, if you want to give us homework tomorrow,
I'm going to. Thank you. For number 5, I got 36 and 10. So that's 6 root 10. For number 6, I got 49 and 2. So that becomes 7 root 2. For number 7, I got 81 and 2. So that's 9 root 2. For number 8, I got 64 and 3. So then that becomes 8 multiplied. Alright, I want you to try 11, 12, 13, 14 tonight.
It would be a good idea if you like made this one.
Hang on.
So, like, really-
And since it's cubes, you have to find 3 of the same number, so you won't necessarily use perfect squares. Mixing it up.
Wait, 11 through 14?
11 through 14. Shani, if we put on the index cards, what